Well, hello everyone! I'm finally getting around to running the crush through the Gold Cube. It has been a very, very busy month or so. The end of school just kind of killed me, and then we spent a week up at the Trout Creek mine working. Never had a chance to run this stuff, so I'm out here camping with the family for a week, and I thought I'd bring the Gold Cube out. And while we have some time at the camp, run it all through. We're up here. Beautiful spot, camping. We have a bit of a family reunion type thing every year. Bring the whole family out camping. And it gives me some time to actually work the material. Everyone's down at the beach right now, swimming. So Dad and I are up here running all the material through. It is messy stuff. Messy, messy. We have a bit of extra water flowing in right now to keep the water somewhat clean of muck. There are a few bigger rocks that made it through the crusher, so they're just being collected in a bucket right now. We'll have a good look at them and see if we want to re-crush them. That's because we had no filter on the output of the crusher. We used a fair amount of soap to prep the mats today just because, well, I ended up prepping them 3 different times, letting them dry out between the preps each time. That's why there's all those suds inside. We used a fair bit of soap. Those trommel is a great way to feed the machine nicely at a nice consistent rate, and it also gets rid of the big rocks. Not that the big rocks are very big here. Yeah, a couple bigger ones went through there. We have a bucket down here collecting stuff going through, so we don't burn out another pump like we've done before.
Pretty close, huh?
No, we still have more than half of it available.
I'm just getting down there wet, it's compacting then.
Well, also a lot of this material is such a fine dust. It's just suspended in the water, and then going out in the ground. Oh no! I knocked out our hose.
Too much. That hurt too much. There's some neat little samples coming out, eh?
If we end up with too much gold in the second tray, we might run the whole thing again. But last time we did this, almost all the gold was in the top tray.
Hello.
Oh, we got spectators.
Come down a minute, we're just running that dirt through the trommel.
My helpers left me. I'm all by myself. That's okay. The beach won out over running rusty dust through a Gold Cube. It's working really well. I've taken one bucket full of stuff out of the bottom there just because I don't want to fill up my bin. We have a bucket underneath there catching all the material. And it seems to be running through nice and quickly. I can actually dump pretty quick into this. Although, the quicker I dump, the quicker it goes over the mats. Hopefully I'm not overloading them. I will check afterwards to see how well things seem to have run through. If you notice the gold cube, I have it tipped backwards fairly good. That way the top mat is fairly steep and the bottom mat is fairly shallow. That's on purpose. Oh, there, run some more. It's out of, the hopper's out. Let's clean the rock a little bit out of the hopper here. Let it run for a little bit. You could dump the oversized back through because some of the little mud clumps went through. Effective. Not very damn much. Very little. I'll have some work to do to refine that, but there's not very much gold in there. So I got the mats all cleaned out here. Get some water in there. Got the mats all cleaned out, but really quick initial check, not very much gold. There's definitely some. You can see it down there in all the pyrites. And it'll definitely clean it up and get a really good picture of it, but you can see those are all just all the heavy pyrites there. Get a picture of one piece of gold. It'll take some time cleaning this up before I can actually separate out all the gold. There we go. So there is gold in there. Let's see if we can get it in the sun still. There's a bunch more over here. So yeah, there is gold, but not very much of it. I'll take some time and clean that up and separate off all the gold and get a good picture of it to put in the video. Now, after talking with Dave about where we were working, he said, "No, you're in the wrong spot." So I'm going to go back with Dave one of these days and have him point out the right spot and see if we can get some better gold out of the rock. Because that was an awful lot of work for 25 cents of gold. But if we can find the better spots, hopefully we can find better gold. It's fun. It's fun to do this, but it definitely doesn't pay you anything. Well, hopefully we will get more videos of this mine and get some first-hand knowledge from Dave and find the good stuff. Again, we're looking for the specimens, that gold on quartz. But we have to get to a hotter spot before we can even bother looking through the quartz to see what we can find. Because if we crushed 200 pounds and got 20 tiny specks, we would never have seen that in the quartz. So we gotta get some better stuff so that we can actually go and start looking through that quartz and seeing if we can find those little pockets with wire gold in it. That would be nice. Well, I got a bunch of cleanup to do here. And again, I will take some more video when we have the gold cleaned up there and get some good shots of it. But for now, I'm gonna sign off. This isn't the end of the video, but for now, I'll sign off. Well, I got it all run through the cube, and now I just have a couple of, pans. Well, I have a pan of cons here. I'm just going to pan it down to show you guys the gold. I brought it home here to do the final panning. There's not much gold in it. Really, really not much gold, but I'll show you what there is, and I'll get one real good picture of it at the end there. I don't think I'm going to be able to videotape as I pan this. Just sitting here. It's going to be boring panning anyways. It's mostly, let's see if I can get some of the quartz off the surface here. You can see that's mostly iron in there. It's been sitting in the pan for a couple days, so it's all rusted and stuck to the bottom of my pan. Most of the quartz off the surface. You can see that's just all iron. It's gonna be a slow panning job to get that down, get the few little specks of gold in the bottom. But before I pan it properly, I have to, rub off all the rusted on bits around the pan. Could have some gold stuck in there. Anyhow, I'll pan it. I'll show you when I get down near the end. So I'm getting down near the end here, and there's just a couple, maybe 4 or 5 tablespoons worth of iron left over. You can see some of the bigger chunks of iron in there. These are pyrites of some sort. They could be iron pyrite, they could be arsenopyrite. They're just all the crushed up pyrites, which I hear actually have some pretty good gold values in it. So I will definitely save those, because I would like to do a video sometime in the future about doing some home smelting. This might be a good material to test it on. I'm gonna go grab a pair of aqua tweezers there to suck up the gold pieces. You can see some of them washing free there. Well, probably not on camera. There's one you'll see on camera. But I'll suck up those and put them off to the side so I can get a good picture of them. I'll be back in a moment. So I've panned it once already, but I thought I'd pan it a second time, and my wife showed up to videotape, so thought I'd put this time on video. All this quartz that's on the surface here, I want to take it all out in the end and soak it in a really heavy acid and see if I can find any pieces of quartz that still have gold attached to them. I'm panning in another pan, so I don't have exactly a lot of room to work with. Not necessarily the best panning technique around, but hey, I don't have much room to play with, so I'm doing what I can. And this is the second time through this stuff, so basically seeing if I missed anything the first time. You can see that's just all iron, well, all pyrites of some sort. I think a lot of it's arsenopyrite. A little bit of chalcopyrite, not much. Mostly iron pyrite. And some tellurides as well. As I said a second ago, I'm hoping to take this stuff and smelt it down and see what kind of gold was tied up in those pyrites. As I was pulling the visible gold out the first run, I noticed a lot of it was just tiny microscopic stuff. So a lot of that could still be attached to those pyrites. Okay, let's see if I missed any the first time around. Yep, there's quite a bit all up through there. I missed that first pass. Just the fine stuff, though. A whole line of it up to there at the top. Oops, and I swooshed it all away. I'll get a picture here in a second of all the stuff I pulled out. Okay, here's the gold I found. Again, not much. I'll get a good picture of it because you know the video won't really get it. You're hoping for bigger pieces. Oops, some of it's floating. Some of it is tiny. Tiny. Some of bigger chunks. If we can get a finger in there, give you some scale. Let's see if we can get a good picture of it. Well, I got it all in a vial. Sure doesn't turn out to be very much in a vial. And I noticed there's actually still quite a lot left in those pyrites that are in the bottom in the pan there. So I'm going to have fun getting those out. Dissolving it. Doing something. Smelting, dissolving. Some way to get that out. But that's what I could easily get out of the free mill gold in that. Probably started with 200 pounds of rock. Anyhow, I know people have been waiting a long time to see the gold. It's nothing too impressive, but at least it's a start. And hopefully, the next trip up there with Dave, we get to find some of the better material and go from there. Well, everyone, until the next video.